These pillars are made of solid gold. Dozens of them are arranged in precise order, forming a Faraday shield. They protect the lab's internal environment from any interference. The inside of the lab is even more astonishing. The core area is suspended in mid-air using magnetic fields. Even staff have to take a maglev elevator to get inside. What's being protected so heavily is a quantum computer. It's sealed inside a vacuum chamber. You could say it represents the absolute peak of human technology. Because of his exceptional skills, Psyche was promoted by the company's CEO to work in the developer lab. Employees here don't have to work overtime, and there are no shifts. There's only one rule: no electronic devices or USB drives are allowed. This is to prevent any leaks of confidential information. Other than that, there are no restrictions. Every employee has access to all the source code. There's no identity verification, and none of the doors are locked. You can choose any workstation you like and switch anytime if you're not satisfied. Psyche wanted to know what kind of work he was supposed to do. To his surprise, there were no assigned tasks at all. Employees are expected to read the code and figure it out themselves. The company doesn't even limit working hours. After the CEO left, Psyche began studying the code. But after just a few lines, his expression tightened. What he was seeing was beyond comprehension. If everything in that code were actually possible, this floating lab would mark the beginning of a new era for humanity. The power of this quantum computer is no different from that of a god. And unlike a god, the employees here can manipulate it at will. As he kept reading, his mental state began to deteriorate. He even felt nauseous, unable to endure it any longer. He rushed to the restroom. He couldn't process what he had just seen. The code was terrifying. He finally threw up. After staying in the restroom for nearly half an hour, he adjusted his watch, revealing a hidden micro camera. Calming himself, he returned to his workstation and secretly recorded the code. A female colleague noticed something was off about him. She offered him a drink and tried to talk. She told him not to rush and to take it slow. Psyche wanted to confirm whether all this code was actually feasible, not just theoretical. In a lab of this level, nothing is purely theoretical. The code not only runs, it's already producing real-world results. After their brief conversation, it's revealed that Psyche is actually a spy. He raised his watch again. If this technology were allowed to fully develop, the consequences would be unimaginable. After finishing his work for the day, he tried to leave quickly to report everything he had discovered to his contact. As he walked out, he picked up his pace. The lab is located deep in a forest. Halfway through, the lights suddenly turned on. The CEO was standing right in front of him. It was clear he had already discovered Psyche's identity as a spy. He began talking about theories on human nature. The circular lights shining down were like shackles limiting human imagination. Even if you know what a towering tree truly looks like under such lighting, you can only perceive endless darkness above the circle of light. No matter how hard you try, you can never recreate what should have been there. The CEO said he didn't blame him. Although the human brain is physical, where someone is born and what culture shapes them are what truly define a person. Even a spy is just doing his job. That doesn't count as betraying the company. The CEO said he forgave him. Psyche was terrified. When he saw the CEO step back, he immediately turned and ran. But someone was already waiting in ambush ahead. They pinned him down and pulled out a plastic bag, forcing it over his head. They intended to suffocate him. The CEO walked forward, illuminated by the lights. At that moment, he looked like a god. The girl who had spoken to Psyche earlier was on her way home after work. When she saw what was happening, she showed no reaction. This had happened far too many times before. Psyche finally suffocated to death. At 2 a.m., his girlfriend started to worry. She called him, but he didn't answer. Then she called her friend. Psyche had worked unusually late that day. She had a bad feeling something had happened. She didn't know exactly what, but her intuition was strong. Her friend told her to relax. It was his first day in the developer program. There were probably lots of exciting things for him to explore. With that reassurance, Lily felt a little better. She believed that if she just went to sleep, he would be beside her in the morning. At dawn, the early buses had already started running. She opened her eyes and realized he wasn't there. That meant something was seriously wrong. They had made a promise to each other. No matter how busy work got, they would never stay out overnight. They both worked as programmers at the same company. She went to report his disappearance to security. What she didn't realize was that the very person she reported to was the one who had killed Psyche. During a background check, security discovered that Lily and Psyche were from different countries. This particular combination raised suspicion in an American company, so he kept a close eye on them. It turns out Psyche really was a spy. Pretending to help, he pulls up the surveillance footage. It shows Psyche, who is supposedly already dead, walking out of the project building and through the parking lot. At around 10:30 p.m., he is seen heading onto the highway on foot, and then disappears beyond the company's cameras. At that moment, the CEO walks in, and security begins coordinating with him. After learning that a new developer had gone missing, the CEO says the company will use its resources to help find Lily's boyfriend. But for safety reasons, they decide to call the police as well. The police begin their investigation. Lily feels uneasy. Her instincts tell her something isn't right. The way Saiki walks in the footage looks strange. After being together so long, she has never seen him move like that. It's stiff and unnatural, like a zombie searching for a destination. The CEO comes over to comfort her and offers her time off to rest at home. Back at her apartment, she instinctively calls out her boyfriend's name, but there is no response. While searching through a drawer, she finds Saiki's phone. Because of his job, he hadn't taken it with him the day before. After turning it on, she resets it to factory settings since she doesn't have his biometric access and restores the data from the cloud. They both knew each other's passwords. After a long wait, the restoration is complete. She unlocks the phone and starts checking his schedule. After going through it, she suddenly notices a strange app. Saiki hated Sudoku, yet there's a Sudoku game installed on his phone. When she opens it, it requires a password. Why would a Sudoku game need a password? She tries their shared passwords, but it's wrong. And if she gets it wrong 2 more times, all the data will be erased. What kind of Sudoku app has that kind of security? She thinks of her ex-boyfriend, Jamie. It feels awkward. She was the one who broke up with him. Lily invites him out for tea. There are still many unresolved things between them, but that can wait. Her boyfriend is missing and left behind a password-protected Sudoku app. If she enters the wrong password 2 more times, everything will be erased. Jamie is an expert in this field, and only he can help unlock it and figure out what happened. Jamie is stunned. Helping the girl he once loved find her current boyfriend, he curses and walks away, leaving Lily standing there, unsure of what to do. During the day, the cute princess statue at the company entrance looks harmless, but at night, it feels eerie. Flames suddenly appear at its base and alarms begin to sound.